Okay, this is a companion video to the basic mutual judge pref thing. This is going to show you some things about diverse judging and multiple divisions. The first thing is just come over and take a look at the entries and the judges. This shows you we have 152 judges, and I want to know what the preference is. So you can see the absolute best judge, or the most highly rated judges, have the top 5 have ratings in the teens. And the bottom judges here, anything below 70 puts you right at the bottom. And these are going to be the judges that'll be hard to get them to judge their whole commitment. At the bottom of this screen, it will also show you the total number of diverse judges. So of those 150 judges, I would say about 40 could have opted into the diversity system based on the Cedar rule, but only 9 of them did. And as you can see, their average is 63, the 63rd percentile, so that's right up here, right here and lower. And that's about the bottom third of the judging pool. I mean, it's definitely not very high up there, 63 to 85. I mean, we could count these up here, but that's about, what, 20, 25 judges. And the average of the non-diverse judges is actually in the top half, so you should be able to place, anybody in the top half is surely going to judge their commitment. And that's an average. But definitely lower pref is going to the judges who have self-identified as diverse. Teams are giving them lower ratings. But you can see that they are obligated for 59 rounds, and they've judged 59% of their commitment so far in the tournament this year. And that compares to 61% of the non-diverse judges. So, that's give or take a round here or there. They are being placed generally in rounds, but at the same rate, even though their pref is much lower, about 20 points lower than the non-diverse judges. Okay, so now let's come back, and this scenario is it's round 6 of the Georgia State tournament. So it's the final prelim for JV and novice. I accidentally deleted them in JV for round 5, but let's start with round 6 in JV. Now, one thing you could do is to place the open judges first, and then just take whatever judging is left and use that in JV and novice. Another thing would be to start in JV, so let's do one of each. We're going to go to the cat-assigned judges in the JV division. Okay, now the one thing to notice is you can define here what the average pref of the hard-to-place judges is, and that says, so if they're in the bottom half, try to place them first. And then here you can say, here's the above the break line, at the break line, and below the break line. And down here you can see there's just not that many debates because the division is smaller. In the open division there are 60 debates, and here it's far fewer. So we only need to get about 10 or 12 judges. Now normally in the open division you would just click this button and everything would be okay. Here you can say, well, what I want to do is put any judge who is struck in another event in here first. So that means, like, if they can't judge open, then click this button. The numbers I'm going to get there aren't going to be meaningful yet, but okay, that lets me know, okay, I got 4 judges in there. Now, if you wanted to just erase those 4 judges, you can click on this button. It will erase all the current placements, but we don't want to do that. Now, the next thing we might want to do is, all right, give me any judge that's hard to place. So I know that I'm taking these judges and I'm putting them in varsity or junior varsity division, but I know they're going to be hard to place in open. So let me see if I can do that. And it will pull from here the judges that are under 50. And it looks like I've now filled everything up. And I have met these targets so that all my judges are in the top half. And maybe I'm okay with that, but just for fun, I'll tell you what, let's erase the current placements and say, all right, now this is only full commitment judges. So if I don't place them somewhere, I'm going to lose we'll lose rounds from them. So I'll click that button. And if I use only full commitment judges, I've still been able to fill all those debates, even though I've erased the current pairings. And then the last thing I can do over here is only place diverse judges. Now I know I only have 9, but if I click on this, I can see 1, 2, I've been able to put 4 diverse judges in there. Okay, well, just to for the sake of our example here, I'm going to put in the judges who are struck in other events, so they can't hear open, and then I'm going to push the hard to place judges. So now I've got judging that meets all these criteria here. No one's got a placement higher than 50, and I'm only using judging that I probably will not hurt me by putting them in JV rather than open. I'm going to save those placements, and I'm going to go back to round 6. Okay, so now at this point, you can see 2 of my diverse judges have shown up on that. When I used that criteria, they showed up. And I didn't say to place the diverse judges, but it used them because probably because their average pref was below 50%. Okay, well now let's go and check out open division. And now I'm going to start worrying about how many rounds I have to lose. So I'm going to click on this judge use thing. And it's going to show me now that, okay, so in JV, I have need 11 judges. I placed 11 judges. In Novice, I still have 13 judges I'm going to need there. And then if you add up what I'm still going to need in open division, it's going to be a chunk. So if you add all that together, I'm going to need 193 rounds of judging. I have 223. So I'm okay. But I don't want to start burning judges as early as round 6. I've only got about 30 left to use. Alright, so I'm going to go back. We are now in open round 6. 3 losses makes it a break round for you. So a 2-3 round is now our break round. And this is taking a little while to load. And in the first video in this series, I showed you how you can more or less just click the buttons and make it do its thing. But here I want to be a little more nuanced. So it's open division. So struck in another event means you can't. That's not going to help me here. But what I do want to do is not lose any rounds of judging. So I want to start with full commitment judges. Well, one thing I could do is, okay, so now I'm in open division. I want to put my diverse judges in open division. So I'm going to click on this button. And I can see, if you look down here, that's 1, 2, I got about 6 judges in, and that's not bad. I've only got 9, and I was able to use 2 in JV. So that prevents my diverse judges from getting stuck in novice debate. But if you look here, you can see, okay, so that's a 5-0, and that's a break round and an over debate. That's an over debate. That's an over debate. That's a break round. And that's a break round. So every diverse judge has been placed in a debate. That makes me happy. Now I want to use my full commitment judges, because if I don't use them, I'm going to lose rounds from them. And that fills me up a little bit more, although it's kind of hard to do it. And now I just want to finish with a full trial run. Okay, so now I've got full judging. Now I filled out my judging, and I'll just see how am I doing. I'm averaging in the top 20% in the in-it debates. I'm averaging 38% in the out-of-it debates, which is, those debates are still important and they matter to the team, so I don't want to do anything. I do want to pay attention to that number. I've lost 5 rounds of judging, but I still have to pair novice, so if I can use those 5 rounds there, I won't lose anything. My average pref left went down, which is not great, but it's still under 50. In an actual round, I would probably tweak that a little bit more, but I kind of have to go back and erase the current placements, and then go back and do the diverse judges again and whatnot. So I'm going to pass on that now. And then as I just go down here, this shows me the same information up there, but I want to look at this number. I've lost 5 rounds. I have 154 left. Since it's round 6, I know there's 6 rounds. I need 120, so I'm probably okay. I'm burning 3 judges. 2 of them will be in the top 50. And that's not great, but that's going to be okay for round 6. Here's who I've been losing rounds from, but here are the top 50 judges that I'm burning. This guy's averaging 47, and this guy's averaging 27. So this Fitzmaurice is probably worth taking a look at. All right, let's save that. Save those placements. Now I'm going to go back, and what we're looking at was that Fitzmaurice guy. So I'm going to find him. Okay, well, he owed us 5 rounds. And he's a great fit in here, but maybe I can find another judge that would replace him. You know what? I'm going to, interest of time, what I might do is now see if I can replace him. Not do it if I click that button and their good options don't show up. I'll skip it. And like I mentioned before, one school of thought is that just do it in the aggregate. Don't make any individual changes. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. If I click this button, now all that displays is the team code. So if I were tabbing and it was my own teams were involved, if I click this button, then I have no idea. All I'm doing is saying, okay, well, that judge placement looks bad. I'll replace that. But I know neither the team nor the judges, so I'm definitely going to be an unbiased tabber in that case. Okay, so we still have novice division to go. We're going to go to round 6, and looks like we need a bunch, so I'm going to the cat auto-assign judges. And I can try now. At this point, if I just say give me judges, it's going to take the best judges, including the most highly pref judges that the tournament use them in novice. So what I probably want to do is once again start with struck and other events. That got me nobody. Now full commitment judges. That got me a bunch. And now hard to place judges that meet that criteria, and that didn't. So this is a break round, and I don't have judges that fit the other criteria, so I'm going to have to use a good judge. Oh, and that's just saying it's not finding anyone that can fit no matter what. So that one's going to be a problem. I'll save the placements and go back to round 6. Okay, so I've gotten down to, I guess, 2 rounds that don't have judges, and I would just need to place them manually. Which you do by clicking that judge thing. Since I'm running on my offline version of that, this takes a little bit while to load in. You would need to swap judges in. Those are both break rounds, so that is something to pay attention to. Although there aren't many, in this instance, there are no out-of-it debates. So that, there are a couple 1-4 teams, but they're all debating teams that are in it, which means every single debate in this event now is a break round. And then the question that you just have to face is how much am I willing to burn good judging for the sake of the novice division. What has happened here, this X means that team hasn't filled out their prefs. So the reason it's not placing anybody in there is they can't find anybody. But that means that you could just say, what I want to do is, I don't want to use a great judge there, because this team has expressed no pref, so they get anybody that we want. And this team, as long as we get them in the top 30 or 40, we're doing right by them. So this judge is rated low overall. It's 69th percentile. This one's a little lower, actually. And 29th percentile for that judge. Ooh, this is who we want. 80th, second percentile overall, but 30% for that team. This team has expressed no interest, so we will add them. That judge has now been placed on that panel. And as soon as it... and then I would just repeat that for the other judge. Okay, so that's what it is. That demonstrates the use of the full commitment judges, the use of the how to put in lower pref judges, and what to do about judges who have self-identified as diverse. I guess I just wanted to say this, as you can tell, ends up being, you put a bunch of numbers there, but you still got to make a lot of decisions, many of which are subjective. Okay. Yeah, the load times are kind of slow. I just need to click on that, and then as soon as I do, I would be done. I can click on this button, by the way, check for debate disasters, and that tells me what's going on. This team had an extra bye, so that's what's going on with that. That tells me there's that one debate with no judge, but that button will let you, it's worth running that on each event before you release the pairings, just because if there's a problem, you'll be able to solve it. That's it. Hope you learned something, and shoot me a question if you've got one.